But with French bandits, British armies, and a population turned bitter toward him, Napoleon's ride south before sailing to the Americas will prove dangerous and treacherous. I'm going to show you a powerful storytelling technique you can use for any platform and that you can implement now! In improv training, one of the key secrets to develop outstanding stories is to start with a statement and create mini stories based on some word of that statement. And after you branch out as far as possible with 4 or 5 mini stories, you converge back to the main plot. And the beauty is you create a coherent story based on seemingly incoherent mini plots. But more importantly, you engage and surprise your audience. And that's where Captain America and Napoleon come into the scene.
Take 1.
Let's say someone comes with that statement. I moved from Europe to America. I could choose America as the basis of my first mini plot. Oh, let me take that thing off. It's so heavy. For once, I won't have to save someone's life or fight enemies. I can just relax, drink some of that fizzy drinks, and sleep. Oh no, they're talking about me. Hey Tom, look here. This is Captain America. Look at how he's dressed. I always love that costume. He looks old though. Did you know the color of his suit is inspired from the French Revolution? So based on the first mini plot, I could select the word enemies as the basis of my second mini plot and therefore further diverge from the original plot line, which is what you're trying to do in this first phase where you're trying to create 4 or 5 mini plots. Napoleon, toward the end of his reign, had enemies left and right. Even people in his own family tried to kill him. There was that time when the flag fell down and the cat drank the poison. Another time, his general drew a sword on him, but the sword got stuck in his sheath and Napoleon had his general head. This all turned Napoleon paranoid. So now, based on this second mini plot, I could select a strong word like paranoid, for example, to create a third mini stories, further branching out from the original statement and therefore creating more intrigues and question marks into what's the relationship between all these mini stories. Imagine a paranoid guy who cannot stop laughing as his paranoia grows. The more people talk among themselves, the more paranoid it gets. And the more he laughs. Mini plot number 4, laughter, based on a word from mini plot number 3, will conclude the first phase of our story building before moving into the next phase. Toward the end of 1814, Napoleon was becoming the laughingstock of Europe after a cascade of blunders. This prompted him to send a secret letter to Thomas Jefferson asking for help in case his fortune turned sour. Thomas Jefferson, rubbing his hand at the prospect of experimenting with his newly founded team of American heroes of the future, replied back positively. Phase 2 is converging some of these mini plots together to create a coherent story. On July 15, 1815, as the Battle of Waterloo sealed the fate of Napoleon, against all odds, he managed to escape captivity and hide in Rochefort. There, his faithful Marshal Ney, wounded and almost killed by the Prussians, suggests an idea. As he recounts how a shadowy team speaking a language foreign to him saved his life on the battlefield, Ney implores Napoleon to put a body double for captivity while he flees to the Americas. A skeptic Napoleon bemoans Thomas Jefferson's dark sense of humor for only sending a handful of men. That's when a young admirer dressed in blue, white, red introduces himself. Emperor, we are Jefferson's private unit and I'm Private America and we will safely take you to the Americas. Mais qu'est-ce qu'elle dit? Asked a firmly impatient Napoleon. Quickly rushed into a coach, Napoleon and the team ride toward Livorno port in Italy. But with French bandits, British armies, and a population turned bitter toward him, Napoleon's ride south before sailing to the Americas will prove dangerous and treacherous. Stopping there will make people ask for more. You could, as a teaser for the next episode, show footage of a wounded Napoleon chased by British soldiers. And the beauty is, this story doesn't need to be accurate, as long as it's captivating, involves mini plots that somehow get intertwined, and progresses toward the finish line. So as you can see from my storytelling chart, by the way available for free on my website, we progress this story by creating mini plots that somehow converge back together and make sense. The reason why you want your mini plots to be as wide as possible is because you want to be able to engage your audience and create a sense of anticipation and a sense of unknown, and at the same time make the whole thing seem logical. One of the best examples for this is Game of Thrones. How can you put dragons, politics, fighting, violence, sex, everything together and have the whole thing make sense? Well, you create mini plots that create a certain sense of authenticity in terms of the story, and then you converge back these mini plots into the main story. Every time you do that, when you create this mini plot, it opens a gateway for many more episodes or many more stories that could come, instead of having one storyline that quickly finds a wall. So in our story, we revisited quite a few things, but when you put them together, they make sense. You have a 200 years old, almost homeless Captain America. You have a Napoleon with a lot of enemies who become paranoid. And we had Napoleon asking Thomas Jefferson for help, who sent his team introducing the young Private America. And that opened up a lot of opportunities. So why don't you guys give me ideas on a topic I could develop? The best idea will be picked up and your name will be mentioned in the next video. I'm just praying that you don't ask me to carry on with Napoleon's story. But if you ask, I'll do it. So there you have it. I just gave you a very effective method of creating stories and mini plots that you can converge back together to create an overall story that makes sense. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, or even if you didn't, let me know in the comment section below. I will read your comments and reply to you guys if you have any questions. In the meantime, enjoy your day and speak to you soon.